Hey y'all, this is the Kobe Bryant Film Room. Welcome to the Behind the Bench Sports Network. Um, let's get into this topic, man. So it's reported that the Lakers are about to make JJ Redick their head coach. I knew it. That's why I made the video. If y'all haven't watched the parody video that I made or the JJ moving on up video that I made. Y'all go check that out. I knew it was going to happen. All those coaching candidates were fake. They weren't real candidates. They tried to fuck with us and fool us. Excuse my language, but I might. If y'all got kids, bro, this is the type of video. I don't know what I might say. So just get your kids out the room and let me get my shit off. Right? So, um, we knew it was going to happen. And for somehow, some way, I still feel how I feel. And I knew it was going to happen. You know, all that ass kissing on the podcast, all this throwing Darvin Ham under the bus while JJ is on his podcast with the board, with the whiteboard. Let me just say this. Let me just say this for a second, dog. JJ is on the Mind Games podcast with a clipboard, right? With a not a clipboard, with a whiteboard, right? Drawing up supposedly X's and O's without X's, just O's, right? Talking about he coached some type of little league team or whatever the fuck he was coaching, right? No X's on the whiteboard whatsoever, right? Um, and so we're sitting here, we're claiming we want to win. Right? Let's just put the LeBron shit to the side. We know what LeBron brings to the table. We know he plays fantasy basketball. We know he's going to keep switching out rosters. We know he's never going to have enough help. We know that he's going to cry. He's going to complain. We know that he's not going to take responsibility for anything as a leader. We know that he even threw Anthony Davis under the bus, even though Anthony Davis had something to do with that firing as well, because he threw Darvin Ham under the bus along with LeBron James. Right? Um, and listen, communication sometimes is nonverbal. So when LeBron walks past Darvin Ham, he's not paying attention to the plays. He's communicating to Laker Nation, and he's communicating to Laker management that he does not fuck with Darvin Ham. He wants him gone. We understand that, right? And LeBron's not the first, and he's not the only player to want a head coach fired. No problem, right? You can replace the guy. I don't understand why you would hire a rookie head coach to coach LeBron James and AD, a championship level roster. You know, that. Let me tell you guys something. The Lakers had trouble. You guys out there keep throwing this shit on Darvin Ham and all these coaches. The Lakers were in peril before Darvin Ham took the job. He came into a bad situation, right? And to be honest with you, for a first-year coach, he did pretty well, even though they struggled at times, right? His second year, Denver was the defending champions, you know? Yeah, Darvin Ham made mistakes. You could blame Darvin Ham for some lineup issues, not calling some timeouts in a timely manner. Sure, get rid of him. But to hire another inexperienced coach in his place, right? A guy who just never coached. He'd never been an assistant coach, right? A guy who's on a podcast trying to just spit out knowledge. Okay, yeah, okay, he knows the game. Of course, he's a fucking player. He's an NBA player. He knows the game. He's been in the NBA for years. But he's never coached, right? So you're essentially putting yourself in the same position that you were with Darvin Ham. You did all this fucking crying about Darvin Ham just to hire a guy who never coached. Right? No serious coach. No serious coaching search. That coaching search wasn't fucking serious. And so here we are, right? Here we are, Laker Nation, begging and pleading for a guy to stay, right? Who clearly been disrespecting us the whole time. LeBron has been disrespected. Maybe some of y'all are too stupid to notice he's been disrespecting you, but he's been disrespecting you the whole time, right? Why do I say this? The New York Knicks thing. Some of you fans, right, don't understand. The Lakers and the Knicks used to be a rivalry, right? If you're gonna be a Laker, you have to be totally committed to being a Laker while you're in Laker uniform. LeBron James was not. And some of you might ask, well, how do I know that LeBron James was really entertaining the Knicks or fucking with the Lakers? Brian Windhorst, somebody who's close to LeBron James, reported that LeBron was using that as a tactic so that they make more moves. Well, the problem with that, y'all, is that we've been making moves for LeBron. We've been moving a lot of pieces around, right? One thing about basketball is you need chemistry in order to win. And you guys in Laker Nation, you guys aren't dumb. You guys know that you need chemistry to win a fucking championship. But for some reason, when it comes to LeBron James, you guys forget that and wonder why we keep fucking losing. These teams are together for one fucking year. And sometimes not even the whole year, a half a fucking year, right? We try to keep throwing guys together. And when you look at the Celtics and you look at all these other teams, Denver, Minnesota, teams like that, you usually, normally, OKC, those most of the teams in the playoffs, not all, but most of the teams in the playoffs, these guys been together for more than 1 year. And the ones who haven't been together usually got knocked out early. Right? Now you have your exceptions. You have your Dallas where there's a couple of pieces changed, and we all understand that. But we have a 40-year-old man as the main guy. He refuses to, I don't give a fuck what he's saying. He's taking more shots than AD. He refuses to give AD the ball so he can be the guy. But AD, he's not saying shit, so it's his fault. Right? You can't even put it on LeBron. Here's what I'm saying. I don't know who's in charge. Is it Jeanie Buss? Is it the Rambuses? Is it Rob Pelinka? Is it the NBA? Is it Klutch Sports? Is it LeBron James? We don't know, but we know for damn sure Jeanie Buss isn't in charge of the Lakers. We could rule that one out. You could throw that one on the list, but we could rule that out. The Lakers are being ran by a player right now. You might as well have LeBron's grandmother on the team and start her in the starting lineup. You might as well redo the uniforms and put a goddamn Cavs jersey on, Cavs logo on that shit. Because we're the Cavs. We're the Cleveland Cavaliers. We're done as a franchise. The Lakers are done, and I'm numb to this. And I know a lot of Laker fans, we get mad, we get upset. And you know LeBron fans, they're going to say, oh, you just hate LeBron. No, man, we've been patient with LeBron. A lot of us, we've been patient. Saying, hey, okay, I understand he's a star. I don't like him. But he's on the Lakers. He's trying to win. Give him a chance. Give him an opportunity. But once you realize over time that there's a pattern that's happening, right? You have to move forward. You can't continue doing the same shit that's not working over and over and over again. So what are we talking about? We're talking about hiring a guy with no experience. But fuck that, right? That's not the only reason why we're upset. Because we're also talking about hiring a kid who probably should be in the second round, who has heart issues, who's not even the best player or on his team, right? Who we don't know what we're going to get out of him. We know he's undersized. Come to find out, scouts learned that he's not 6'3". He's not 6'4". He's not 6'5". He's 6'1". And he's going to probably project to be the 54th pick, which LeBron got him to that position. And by the way, he's not going to start. And he's probably going to play minimum minutes. But you're taking a roster spot from somebody who could possibly contribute to the team. If the Lakers are about winning, they don't make none of these fucking moves, y'all. You can't sit here with a straight face. And I'm talking to you LeBron fans out there right now. You can't sit here with a straight face and say the moves that they're trying to make are winning moves. You can't. It's impossible. If you try, you're a fucking clown. Right? Being a Lakers fan for years, the only thing I care about, even more than watching Kobe. Kobe was my favorite player. But even more than watching Kobe and being a fan of his was the success of the Lakers. The success of the Lakers to real Lakers fans comes number one. Numero uno, the name in the front of the jersey supersedes the name on the back of the jersey. 10 times out of 10. 10 times out of 10. We are about the team. The team. Not one guy. The correct answer is we should have been building around AD. AD's the younger player, and he's supposed to be the cornerstone of our franchise. And Laker Nation, he's the best player. He was the best player in the Denver series. He was the best player, period. End of story. But Laker Nation, they like the storylines. Are you addicted? Let me ask you guys something. Are y'all addicted to the storylines or y'all want to win? You can't have it both ways. Reality shows you that the man's 40 years old. Reality. Reality shows you we haven't had much playoff success except for 1 year. Reality shows you we don't have many draft picks. We don't have damn near any. Reality shows you that. Reality. Jeanie Buss, and I always respected Jeanie. And I always was cool with Jeanie. But Jeanie Buss needs to step down. She needs to give the Lakers up. And I was patient with Jeanie. Maybe the NBA is forcing you to do this. Maybe you have no choice. Because LeBron is the guy that they chose. Maybe the NBA is making you make these moves. But it makes no fucking sense. Then you're going to throw shit out and say he's Pat Riley. Well, listen. Just because you don't have any experience doesn't mean you can't coach. Facts. But you just finished hiring a coach with no experience. And complained about it. And bitched the whole time. You had his media out there throwing everything on Darvin Ham. Because guess what? You couldn't really blame the players. D'Angelo was playing well. AD was playing well. LeBron was doing his thing. You really couldn't blame them. Austin Reeves was showing up later on in the year. And those guys were playing well. So what you had to do, what did you have to do? You had to revisit the Darvin Ham is trash situation. To me, the legacy of the Lakers, you think about all the legends, every single one of our legends, every single one of our years where we struggled. I'm cool with struggling as long as I can see a direction that we're going in and a plan to win. We don't have that right now, and we're struggling. So you're in win now mode. Laker Nation, come here. Bring that ass over here. Listen to me. We're in win now mode, but we're not winning. Right? And don't get me wrong. Um, Sometimes you make that move to get a player like AD, right? Sometimes you make that move. You got young players on the team, but the problem is we gave up everybody, all of our young talent, all of them. That took us years to get. There's a reason why teams want to get younger. There's a reason why teams want to build through the draft. The draft is the way you build teams. And that doesn't mean you can't sign a free agent or a big name free agent. That happens. This is the worst condition I've ever seen the Lakers in. Out of my 30 plus years of watching the Lakers, this is the worst I've ever seen my franchise in. The worst, the absolute worst. I'm numb to it. I'm a little bit angry, y'all, but I'm not as angry as I used to be. Even with LeBron James, I really don't like talking about him, negatively or positively. I really just want to act like he don't exist. But I'm a Laker fan, so we got to address him because he's on my team. Um, to me, it's just the worst thing you could possibly do in basketball. The worst thing for the Lakers. This is the worst thing you could possibly do, to hand your franchise over to an aging superstar and let him make all the decisions, personnel decisions, coach. It's just to the point where Byron Scott, Showtime, Laker legend, had to call it out. Right? He had to call it out. Just make this guy the coach. Nope, just make JJ the coach. What? JJ didn't even know LeBron that well to have this podcast with LeBron. Why did he choose JJ out of all the people? Because he knew he was getting the job. They set up JJ from when the commissioner talked to JJ. Go watch the commissioner's interview with JJ and how he needed the young basketball players to learn the game. And then he comes out with this podcast. All JJ does, he doesn't even push back on anything LeBron says. Case in point, when he sat there and said, and these guys are willing to lie to you, when he sat there and said, and this is a fact, so all of you guys who are going to dick ride and get mad, this is an actual fact. They said that, JJ said that Jameer Nelson, they were trying to hype up Jameer Nelson. But Jameer Nelson didn't even play that series. He didn't even play against when Cleveland played Orlando. He wasn't even there. But JJ said he just watched the footage. And LeBron said, yep, he was hard to deal with. Skip to Malou, Ray for Austin, was the starting point guard in his absence. But don't let the truth get in the way of anything. Don't let the truth get in the way of narratives and lies. This is how you build people's careers. But let me get to this. Klutch Sports, you won. Klutch Sports officially won. They're able to control the narrative. They created an agency where all of their guys are in media. You got guys like Gilbert Arenas saying that JJ's going to be fantastic. He's going to be great at this job. What evidence do you have? A rational person, if you're a real Laker fan, a rational person would be like, hey, let's wait and see what he got. What evidence do you have that this dude's going to be Pat Riley or a great coach? What evidence? You have none. Especially coming off the Darvin Ham situation. You have no evidence to support that. But again, anything that Klutch Sports tries to, anything that they come across that's LeBron related, he's going to support it. It could be complete fuck shit and bullshit. He's going to back up LeBron in every situation. I haven't seen any situation where Gilbert criticized LeBron. Not for losing, nothing. All those guys in the media, all those guys in the media. You know, I even had heard Stephen A. Smith try to bring up Kobe and Kobe's coaching situations. Is his coaching changes? Yes. Kobe had different coaches. Yes. But what they're trying to do is they're trying to show all the coaches that LeBron got fired and compare them to the coaches Kobe got fired. And Kobe did have coaches fired. Kobe was not perfect. But you know what? They're trying to count the interim coaches in that because they're trying to fill up that number to match LeBron's numbers of coaches he replaced. It's not the same. Interim coaches are there until you hire another coach. They're not official head coaches. But I heard Stephen A. and all these guys put up this narrative that Kobe had such many coaches and LeBron did the same thing. It's not the same. Kobe had Phil Jackson a great amount of time in his career. Yes, he had coaches in between. Right? He had Rudy Tomjanovich and things like that. Yes. It did not work out. Yes. But he wasn't just replacing these guys just to replace these guys. You get what I'm saying? The interim coach is there to fill the spot till another coach comes on board. And these guys are counting the interim coaches as if what Kobe did was the same thing LeBron was doing. I mean, these guys are willing to do anything. And I mean anything. They have successfully brainwashed the youth. The youth will see this move and they'll be happy for, hey, JJ got the job. They're going to be happy. Even though the whole year they were crying about why would you put an inexperienced coach with a guy of the caliber of LeBron James? Well, let me ask you guys something. What experienced coach would take this job, knowing that they have no power? Did you ever ask yourself, did Darvin Ham truly have power? He wanted to put LeBron on the minutes restriction and couldn't because LeBron didn't want to be on the minutes restriction. And LeBron had played 50-something games and had multiple injuries. So he was older, so he needed to be on some type of minutes restriction. LeBron said no. Right? Okay, so you can't put the nigga on the minutes restriction. You called plays, he's not paying attention. So, and then he's bragging on his podcast of redoing the play and doing whatever the fuck he wants. Right? So, how much power? And I'm not saying that Darvin Ham didn't have power. I'm just asking the question that a lot of these people are not asking. How much power did Darvin Ham actually have to do his job? This needs to be answered. Right? That's a good question. Because now we're seeing how much power this man truly has. The fact that you can start a podcast with a dude, meanwhile your coach is struggling, and simply slide your coach out the way and slide this guy in position. And then the politician in you says, you got a PR team says, no, LeBron ain't had nothing to do with this. While he's on a podcast with JJ Redick. Are you guys fucking kidding me? This is a whole goddamn clown show. A whole clown show. But they successfully brainwashed fans, NBA fans, to always point the finger at something else. To always look the other way, never blame this guy, put him in a win-win situation in all times. Right? Prop him up as a Jesus-like figure can't do no wrong, right? Before you criticize him, you have to say something nice about him, right? And I even heard Laker fans go to the extent, they went to the extent of saying, because they see Kyrie is in the finals, well, the Lakers should have got Kyrie when they had the chance. Y'all, listen to me. The Lakers could not get Kyrie. The Nets did not want to send Kyrie to the Lakers. That's why he didn't come to the Lakers. Not because the management didn't want him. See, there's revision of history that's going on. And trust me, Laker management is shit right now. But that's the facts. That's the facts. And the media devalued Kyrie so much. Kyrie wanted to go to Phoenix, but they devalued him so much. The only place he could really go is Dallas. And they gave propaganda about Kyrie. Why? Because they wanted to prop up LeBron and punish Kyrie for being disobedient against COVID situations or speaking out in general. Right? Because there was politics involved. But getting back to the Lakers, right? Where they lost 11 out of 12 games to Denver in 2 years. And those games were close. What we were missing was a closer. This is the reason why they're asking for a guy like Kyrie. This is why LeBron is saying, hey, I wish I played with Kyrie. Because he knows he needs a closer. But we're supposed to ignore these things when these games are close. And guess what? People who criticize him say, hey, he's not good at closing games, blah, blah, blah. They're just speaking the truth, just talking basketball. Oh, you a hater, you this, that. So we can't even fucking talk about the game no more? Hell, he's on our fucking team. Why we can criticize everybody else, but we can't talk about his game? If you pulling all the goddamn strings, bringing in Russell Westbrook, trading in the whole championship roster, bringing in Russell Westbrook, you get your hands are clean in that? And AD's in there too, because he wanted Westbrook too. But your hands are clean in that? What about the disrespect to Jerry West? And I was talking to the guys in the group about this. What about the disrespect to Jerry West? The Lakers don't bring him around. They don't celebrate Jerry West. They disrespect George Mikan. They put the in-season tournament banner next to George Mikan's 5 championship banners. Real disrespectful shit. The guy JJ on the podcast was going at Jerry West's era, calling them plumbers, disrespecting our legend. Right? Plumbers and firemen and shit. He should never have a head coaching job with the Lakers. Maybe somewhere else. But disrespect is cool with the Lakers, right? Jeanie could disrespect Shaq and put LeBron over Shaq as a Laker. She could do that. She could disrespect Shaq. You know, I was upset, right? Because I was going back and forth with people about LeBron James. I said, nah, you know what? LeBron's great. We got to give him a chance. Behind the scenes, I didn't do this publicly, but behind the scenes, I had conversation with friends and stuff like that who were criticizing LeBron heavy. I said, nah, you know, I don't want to hate the dude. I don't want to be on that time. My attitude changed towards LeBron. It was building up towards changing with the Rich Paul coming out, claiming that he was the first one to say, take your talents too, which was Kobe. And that I found that odd and disrespectful because LeBron knows where he got that from. But okay, whatever. Then they criticized players for their top five. And a lot of the players were putting Kobe in their top five, and he was speaking out against that. Oh, well, nobody really liked the Mamba mentality, blah, blah, blah. So what if they liked it or not? They put him in their top five for whatever reason. Okay, so, all right. So I addressed that, but I was willing to leave it alone after that. Say, you know what? I don't want to keep criticizing the dude. Let me give him my opportunity. When he chose to sit down against the Hawks, and I keep saying this in the group chat, in our group chat, when he sat against Boston, he sat against Boston and played against Atlanta. I said, who the fuck sits against Boston? Boston is one of the best teams in the league. A real Laker, and we're talking about all-time great Lakers, is not sitting against Boston. Do you know what it would have took for Kobe to sit against Boston? For Magic to sit against Boston? The whole thing was set up for LeBron to be the greatest Laker. He was supposed to stack a super team. He was supposed to get Kawhi, get maybe Paul George, or get KD on that team along with Anthony Davis. Oh, don't think I forgot. And this is when Kawhi Leonard turned him down and made those commercials taunting LeBron. But LeBron was trying to recruit Kawhi Leonard. Don't forget. I don't forget shit. So he was trying to stack the deck. They were going to try. This was the NBA's plan, in my opinion. I have no proof of this, but this is my opinion. They're going to try to erase Kobe through media, through people talking, trying to get him out of the conversation. Laker Nation, hear me. Listen to me. Kobe doesn't belong in the GOAT conversation, blah, blah, blah. We're talking about people's opinions. We're not talking about if he's the GOAT or if he's not the GOAT. We're talking about, they said, a conversation. Shaq had to come out and say something. These people routinely say Kobe's not the greatest Laker. Even though Magic, Shaq, Jeanie, and a lot of the other Lakers gave it to him. And they gave it to him while he was alive. So they kept erasing. And then I noticed no matter how much this guy doesn't achieve his goals, no matter how many trades he makes, no matter how much disrespect he shows the franchise, they treat him with more respect than they treated Kobe. When Kobe left, was Kobe still great? No. Don't let the 60-point game fool you. He had a great night, but he wasn't consistently great because he came back from the Achilles, and he tried to prove everybody wrong. But he left us in good shape. You see, this is what it's about. It's about leaving the Lakers. Every superstar that we get, when they get older or they get injured and they're no longer great, their responsibility is to leave the franchise in good shape for the future. Let me ask you guys a question. Do you Laker fans, honestly, put your LeBron fandom to the side, do you honestly think he's leaving the Lakers in a position to be good for the future? Everything looks temporary. Everything looks like if it doesn't work within 1 year, we need to scrap the whole thing. That's how it's looking. Every fucking season, we have to scrap the whole thing and start over. Why are we not preparing for the future? We have a 40-year-old man. Why are we not preparing for the future? And see, this is what pisses me off more than anything, more than LeBron's shenanigans and all that. I could deal with that to a certain extent. That's who the man is. I expect it. I expect the fuck shit at this point. Whatever. But you're not putting us in a position to where we see a plan. So give up the fucking team. Give it up. Sell it. Sell the team. Sell the franchise. Because real Laker fans who've been with this franchise, who've been with you guys through the ups and downs, we're tired of not having a direction. Ask Laker management, y'all. Force them. What is the direction you going? For the future. Not for right now. Because LeBron's 40 years old. For the future. 3 years down the line, then what? See, they used to have a plan. When they had the young core there, they had a gym, they had a facility that was being built for the young core. They had a plan for us to get back on top. Bring these guys up. Once they're stars or they're becoming stars, bring in a superstar free agent with that young talent in order to compete for championships for years, not just for 1 year. Because you guys got to remember, we're the Lakers. We want to compete for a championship as much as we possibly can. So a championship team is supposed to try and repeat and keep the thing going, to at least be competitive or in the running year after year for years to come. Like Boston. If you look at the Celtics, they set themselves up for the future. How many times has the Celtics been to the conference finals? Laker fans, look at what your biggest rival's doing. They built themselves up, and they're in a great position to compete. They're always in the mix. Why? Because they had a plan. They had a future. Yes, you move around one piece or two pieces. But they have chemistry. That team's been together for a long time. And although they haven't won that championship yet, they have been competitive for years. We threw something together, and we did win one. We did win one. And that's true. But our standards are different than any other team's standards. Besides the Celtics. I think the Celtics are the only ones who are championship bust, just like us. And the Warriors. I think the Warriors have built themselves up to that standard. But you ask yourself, the Celtics ain't giving one player full control over the franchise. They're not doing that. And to me, they're just ran better. To me, it's sad. To me, we can't just focus on basketball. We can't focus on basketball. We have to focus on all this other shit, all these other distractions, instead of the game of basketball. The players should not be putting us through all this bullshit. It should be get on the court, fucking play, and produce. All this shit talking, taunting, talking about Michael Jordan, talking about Kobe Bryant, all these comparisons, all this who ranks where and where he's at, all this shit is talk. All we've been doing for the last couple of years is talking. Talking about what we want to do. To me, man, it's sad, man. It's sad where we at. It's sad where we at. It's sad, man. And, you got a lot of people who they're just about LeBron. They could give a fuck about the Lakers. So anything you say, even no matter how true it is, they're going to say, well, where you guys were at before LeBron. Bro, we were fine. We had a period where we struggled, just like every team has a period when they struggle after they lose a Hall of Fame superstar. Every great team struggles for a little bit. You have that period. But you also have that period where you get draft picks where you can compete again. The Celtics struggled for a while after they traded Paul Pierce, Ray Allen, and KG. They struggled for a while. It's natural. The Bulls struggled for a while after they got rid of Jordan. They're still struggling, actually. But they had the time period where they got Derrick Rose and they were competitive. Through the draft, through bringing in young talent, they were set up for the future. The only thing that curtailed that was Derrick Rose's injury. But they had Jimmy Butler, Derrick Rose, at one time, Carlos Boozer, Joakim Noah, Luol Deng. The Warriors had a stint where they were competitive. Baron Davis, Monte Ellis. Then they were bad. Bring in Steph Curry, bring in Klay Thompson, bring in Draymond. Those are young talent. They got set up for the future. So if it isn't just about one man, the Lakers would have a plan for the future. But they don't. And that's the reason why today I'm officially done with the Lakers. I'm done. I can't take it no more. They're not about winning. They're about selling tickets. They're about money. And they're about kissing ass. And to me, I don't want to be a part of the ass kissing. I'm sorry. I want to compete. I wasn't even a part of that with Kobe. If Kobe wanted to leave, well, I'm still going to be a fan of Kobe, but I'm still going to be Lakers first. By Kobe. If Shaq wanted to go, okay, Shaq. You know what I'm saying? Enjoy yourself in Miami. But I'm staying right here. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. I've never seen, this is the first time I've ever seen the Lakers just say, here are the keys. Take everything. You run the front office. You might as well get rid of the whole front office. Get rid of the whole management team. Get rid of the GM. Get rid of everybody. What's the point? What's the point? What's the point? And we had good talent. I want you guys to think about this. Even decisions that Zubac. Zubac was traded. What did we get back for Zubac? And we're talking about a player who was being compared to Marc Gasol. Now, he hasn't turned out to be Marc Gasol, but he's a damn good player. And he's damn good at defense. And he's got some skill. He's got some soft touch around the rim. What did Magic proceed to do? Magic went on live TV and threw him under the bus. What about D'Angelo? Threw him under the bus. Right? Only to bring him back. Julius Randle didn't re-sign him. He becomes a star in New York. Okay, fine. You can't, he doesn't fit. Whatever, fine. But you gave up so much to make this thing work. Those guys were cornerstones. Brandon Ingram, guys like that. It's sad, man. It's sad, bro. It's sad, 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 sad. It's a sad day. Yeah, I'm more sad than angry. I don't even blame LeBron, bro. Hey, you gave me the keys to this shit too. I'll bring my mom in. You know what I'm saying? I'll bring my cousins in. Shit, I'll do the same thing. So some of this ain't on LeBron. LeBron's gonna do what he does, and he did this in Cleveland. He said, in order for me to come back, you need to bring Kevin Love and get rid of this guy, Wiggins, whoever the fuck this is. He did the same thing in Cleveland. He gets rid of talent, and he brings in his guys. He brings in who he wants on the team. And then when the team struggles, everybody blames his teammates. But all of these guys are Klutch Sports. Does anybody remember Darvin Ham was Klutch Sports? Do y'all remember he was Klutch Sports? He was signed to Rich Paul. They don't want to talk about that. They don't. But let me wrap this up, y'all. Point being, I'm done with the Lakers. How many of y'all are done? I'm done, bro. I'm a free agent for the first time in my life. I can't support this shit, bro. I just can't. It's the most selfish, self-serving moves that they're making. These moves are selfish. It's to fulfill a storyline. And the NBA is involved. The NBA is involved in these moves. There's no way this dude moves up that many spots. And I'm not hating. Like, get it how you live. But there's no way you move that many spots up in the draft. With the heart issues, with the bad play. And you say you're not going to work out with other teams. You get to choose. The caliber of player you are, you get to choose which team you work out for. I mean, but anyways, y'all, this is the Kobe Bryant Film Room, and I said what I had to say. Shout out to the bench crew. Rashad, JB, Kelvin, Big Dog Talk Sports, man. I'm done with these niggas. I'm out.